Hey guys, we did one of these every day for a week, and I about lost it. It just so this is this is X, this is L1, this is Y, L2. So first menu, mode, down, diagnostics, on. Step one. Stat, enter, stat calc 4, stat right to calc 4, enter 5 times. Okay, stat, edit, okay, femur link 50.1, so I'd press 50.1, oops, press enter, okay, I'll pause it. Okay, height of the person, I think the bigger your femur got, I think the bigger your femur is, probably the taller you are, but what do I know? Okay, so I'm going to put Y as an L2, I'll pause it. Oops, did it again. Okay, it says enter the data in L1 and L2 of your calculator and make a scatter plot. Okay, so go to Y equals. So let's do that. No. Second, Y equals. Yeah, up above it's stat plot. Second, Y equals. And you want to turn stat plot on. Okay, now go to step 2, go to zoom, stat. I don't know what zoom it is, so go zoom, make sure you turn the stop plot on, zoom, zoom stat, number 9, and there it is. So on the x-axis, okay, so what your calculator is going to do is it's going to draw a line of best fit, and it's going to write, some of y'all are like, well, the data isn't really, well, it's a trend line. So what your calculator is going to do is write a y equals mx plus b from this. So it's going to look for the rise over the run. So it's going to draw a line, and it's going to find change in y over change in x. And then it's going to tell you what would the y-intercept be, even though we don't know it. Okay, that's what it's going to be asking us. So we know it's a positive relationship. Calculate the regression equation. I don't know if I want to store it in y1. Okay. All right, so we're going to go stat, right to calc. Okay. And if we want to store it on our calculator, we press enter. So stat, right to calc, number 4. I pressed enter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I enter 4 times. And then for store regression equation, well, we want to put it in y1. Okay, there's no way to store it without touching a lot of extra buttons. And me personally, trying to think of the best way to teach this to you. Okay, this is going to be a lot of extra buttons. I don't know how else to get you there. You got to press vars. Go right to y vars. Press enter. Enter. Ooh, I didn't turn diagnostic on. I made the first mistake. Go to mode. Go down to stat diagnostics. Click it on. I'm changing my decimal to go 3 out. See, now if I hit graph, see it drew a line, and the slope intercept equation of that line is y equals 1.923x plus 80.681. So it didn't really draw a line between the points. It drew a line of best fit, and then it wrote the equation from there. Okay, if you don't want to go through all that y vars stuff, you could go here, and it's not going to be that far off. You could just go to y1. You could put that regression equation in. It's not going to be as great of a line. So instead of storing it, you could do it this way. I don't think you'll remember all those buttons, and then you can hit graph. What did I do wrong? Oh, I forgot. If you like it, you should have put an X on it. Second. I think I hit second, delete, insert X, boom. Okay. Ooh, I put negative. The longer your femur is, the higher you the taller you are. Okay, so see, for the next one, I think I'll just store it that way. If you press second enter, it runs it again. R is the correlation coefficient. Okay, the closer R gets to 1, perfect positive relationship. Okay, so the closer you get to 1, that R value, the better it is. So it'd be like really close to 1. So this would be a strong positive correlation. R squared, the goodness of the fit or how well the model fits the data. Well, R squared was 0.932. So it's a pretty good fit. Okay. So X is the femur length. That was the input. The output was height. And both of these are in centimeters. Let me check my fantasy football. Losing big time. Alright, so okay. So when a femur is 48.3 centimeters, archaeologists estimate the height the person's, is it talking about men? Okay, an anthropologist finds a femur with a length, so femur is X. X is 58. We have to find Y, how tall they are. So the height of the person goes up by 1.923 centimeters. For every 1 centimeter, your femur goes up. Okay? So let's say your femur went up to 58 centimeters. Okay? So it's like X is the femur length. So if that's how much it's growing for every 1 centimeter of femur length, okay, we gotta so the height of the person increases by 1.928. for every 1 centimeter femur length. Okay, so that's what that's telling us. And if we know the height of the femur is 58, this is what we did over here as I relate it to. See, and that way you can get rid of the femur lengths. That's dimensional analysis. You'll get that in chemistry when you convert basically anything in chemistry. If a person is 151 centimeters, so height is Y, femur length X. I'm sorry this happened, but I didn't want to waste more paper. It shifted down on me because I wanted y'all to put your number on everything. So I made you a number location to make it easier on me when I grade and do everything else. Man, if this took me 18 minutes, I can't imagine how long it'd take y'all. No offense, I think all y'all are smart. $151, not 0. These aren't supposed to bleed through. This is really cheap paper. Alright, just live with it. Krabby Patties, okay. Little SpongeBob. Make it relevant. Alright. To do all this up here, okay. We go to stat. Well, step 1 is mode. Enter 12 times. Diagnostics on. Enter. That's step 1. Always. Mode down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go over to on. R is ready. Now we go stat. All right. Make sure your stat plot's on. Y equals, and I think I now press enter. Enter again. Then you go zoom. Then you go zoom stat. Okay. Stat edit, put data in. Second y equals enter, stat plot. Stat edit. If I want to clear it all, go up. So L2 is highlighted. Clear, enter. Don't ever hit delete. Clear, enter, down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I probably won't pause it for that. Okay, I might need it for... It's a lot of Krabby Patties. I'll pause it. Okay, we already had the stat plot turned on. Now we just go zoom 9. Almost perfectly. This R is going to be almost 1. X is yours worked. This almost looks perfectly linear. I bet this R is going to be 1. We'll find out. Okay. Stat. Right. Calc. Number 4. Lin reg. Enter 3 times. Okay, the other way to do this is, go cut stat, write the calc 4, and just press enter and get that regression equation, which is perfect. So you're making 2,000 Krabby Patties per year. So now we could go to y equals. So I could just go y equals, clear that one, just put this one in. See, it went right through every point. R was 1. This one we know X is 9 years. He makes 16,000. He makes 2,000 patties per year for 9 years, and then it's plus 4,500, so it makes sense. We replace X with 9. So he's made 2,000 Krabby Patties a year for 9 years. So over those 9 years, he's made 18,000 patties. The Weiner stuff doesn't really make sense. So after 0 years, you can't possibly make 4,500 Krabby Patties. I don't even know how you spell them. I don't watch SpongeBob. How many years? X. So that's how many total patties he's made. So we want to know how many years it'd take to make 20,000 Krabby Patties. See if I can fit it. No, 4,500. See, I don't think I can fit it. 15,000. 500 divided by 2,000. Is a 2. You have to round up to 8. This is going to be on this week's quiz, so I want to make sure we cover all this. Okay, given the graph of the piecewise function below, distinguish between estimates and exact values. So sometimes you're just estimating. Okay, so f of negative 5, I mean, if we look at where x is negative 5, it has no output, so it does not exist. There's no value when x is -5. There's no output. So when the input's -1, what's the output? Another way to think about it is what's -1? What's the output when x is -1? See, that's -1, 0. Okay, so when the input's -1, the output is 0. And see, it's like the order pair -1, 0. Okay, input's 1. What's the output? It's like asking 1 has what output? Okay, we got 1, 2. Okay, this one was exact. We knew exactly what it was. So it'd be 1, 2. Okay. Again, that's exact. Okay. The input's 1.5. What's the output? Okay. 1.5's here. All these are exact. Write the equation of the segment on the left and give its domain. Write the equation of the segment line on the left. So it's wanting to know okay, so the x's go from so this is between -4 and 1. And they're both closed circles. Okay. Now we have to find slope. Rise over 1. Rise over 1 is 1/1. Here's b. So you'd say y x plus 1 for the domain of -4 to 1. Okay, now it wants this one. X equals 3. So we're looking for x's that are greater than 1. Oh, it'd be a solid line. But okay, so it's closed circle. So from 1 to 3 would be that one. That's a 3. Man, wear me out. Alright. Okay, this one's harder, okay? Because we don't know exactly what B is. Okay, but we know M is down 1, right 1. Okay, B, we have to work a little bit. So if I keep the line going, B is 0. So that's y equals negative 1x. Okay, it says write a piecewise definition. Okay, what is that exactly? You go 5 f of x so y equals x plus 1 when the x's are between negative 4 and 1. Shoot. You don't put y equals. Sorry. And it's negative 1x when it goes from 1 to 3. This is a definition of a piecewise function, or it's less than, sorry. Yeah, because it can't be that one. Okay. Okay, f of 2 Okay, you use negative 1x because x is between these two. Okay, so that's why you'd use that one. Now you go f of 2, negative 1 times 2. Okay, f of negative 4. Okay, so that's, if I go over to negative 4, I look down there, y is negative 2. F of negative 2. F of 0. Okay, so there it can't be 4 because it's open. F of 4. See, F of 4, 4, 4. There's my left ray. And if I kept this line going, I know it doesn't go past that. It hits at negative 2. So this one's a Hoy. It's got a y equal equation, y-intercept. Change in y over change in x is 0. Y-intercept. Okay, and this is when this is getting ready also for limits in calculus. Okay, so x equals -3 here. Okay, it can be equal to -3. So this section would be x is greater than or equal to -3. Okay, the line in the middle. Switches functions there. Okay, so this happens when we go with that. You go with that top one. You could write it. You could write it in point slope. Excuse me. F of x. So this is when the x's are between -3 and 0. They're both less than because we don't know what they are there. And now we got to find the slope. I should do slope in green. Even though b isn't 4, it's following that trend. No, b's not b's not technically. B's actually, for that piece of the function, it's 4. So f of x. F of x equals okay, so here that arrow means it's going on for infinity. So what I put x is for? X is 0 there. Sorry. X is 0. So we're going 0 to positive infinity. Or you could say x's are greater than or equal to 0. So for the next one, so when the x's are greater than or equal to 0, change in y over change in x, 1 over 1, b is 0. You could write in point slope, but it's just too many variations. So I go slope intercept, but that's just me. So f of x is -2. And then it's we're doing -1 plus 4. Should be 5. Whew. 47 minutes. Man, I'm not going back circling everything. Let me pause it and print. That's bleeding through. Okay. Last part. This is taking forever. Okay. So why did we push this point slope? Why did we push y-intercept? Well, this is why. 0.03. So it's equal to, don't let the like less than mess you up. So go to 3. Okay, and this is when the x's are less than 4. So here's a vertical line. See, this is less than. Okay, when the x's are less than 4, it's the top function. Okay, when I go up 1, right 2, it technically can't be. It can't be on that because it's less than 4. Okay, there's that one. This side's x is greater than or equal to 4. Okay, so here we got 0.64. See, so they have different slopes. Okay, so we'll start at 6.4. And then the slope's -1/2, down 1, right 2. A is found from vertex. A is found from vertex to first point on the right. So A is fall 1, run 2. So that's how you find A. It opens down. So that means A is negative. But you still have that 1/2. Okay, vertex. Okay, the vertex is 4, 5. Okay, so you got f of x equals a x minus h plus 5. Okay, we got x equals -1. This is x is less than -1. And this side is x is greater than or equal to -1. We could use my technique where I go back and erase it later. Okay, so -3 is right here. Remember, we got to go down 3. Oh, when the x's are less than -1. So 0, -3 is here. And normally we would go what? Oh, we want the x's, we want this side. So down 3, right 1, or up 3, left 1. And it can't technically can't be 1. Technically it can't be there. But now we're going up. Okay, so we want all the x's that are less than or equal to, or less than -1 that way. So I'll just go back and erase those two. Okay, now we're going to do so again, actually that's in the zone. So we're going to go 3, up 3, right 1, down 3, left 1. So follow that rule here. So A is 3/1. It opens up. So therefore A is greater than 0. Okay, vertex, -1, 0. Okay, so f of x equals 3 times x, opposite of -1 is +1. Wrong answer on the classwork. Ooh, this page is complicated, son. Whew. All right, here we go. X is 0. This side's x is less than 0. .24. Okay, so this is the erase later technique. Okay, this is the erase later technique. I'm going down 3, left 1. Down 3, left 1. So then I'm going to erase those because the x has got to be less than 0. Okay, when the x's are greater than 0, that needed to be an open circle there. Okay, but now it's closing it. We start at -2. Okay, it opens down. So a is less than 0. Okay, so that means a is down 3, right 1. It's whatever's to the right. Okay, so a is -3. Vertex opposite HK, so there's nothing there. Y equals -3, x minus 2. Could you have simplified that one to slope intercept? Yeah. See, and that's 3x minus 2 right there. Okay, so x is 5. This is the AOS. This is why AOS was important. See, that's when you gotta use point slope. Blue green. Okay, this side's gonna be x is less than 5. Okay, this is gonna be my blue one. You couldn't find B because 28, B would be 20, and we don't go that far up. So 5, 0, it can't actually be 5. Okay, and up 4, right 1 would be if we're in this zone, but we want the x's to be less than 5. So you could do 4 over -1. Yeah, so you go up 4, left 1, up 4, left 1. Okay, start at 7, 8. Up 4, right 1. So you go to the right, it opened up. Opposite of H. Done. Wow. Hour and 2 minutes.